Welcome to Western Sydney Television News. I'm Christina Pollard. In this bulletin, the 125th anniversary of one of the Hawkesbury's historic houses, a skateboarder makes a daring trip through the Blue Mountains, and a Seven Hills cat is chosen to represent New South Wales in a weight loss competition. The historic Hawkesbury Home has marked its 125th anniversary with the opening of a time capsule. Belmont House at North Richmond was built in 1892 and the time capsule was discovered underneath its foundation stone earlier this month. The contents of the capsule included 88 coins from around the world, newspapers of the day and a scroll listing all those present at the laying of the foundation stone on the 29th of February 1892. The home is now part of the St John of God Hospital complex and the items were on display at the March 8 anniversary celebrations. The items will be kept on public display and a modern-day time capsule will be placed beneath the stone. Blue Mountains councillors have resolved to adopt recommendations of the second interim report on the council asbestos investigation at an extraordinary meeting. The report investigated the presence of asbestos-contaminated material at the former Blackheath landfill. Mayor Mark Greenhill says the council didn't hesitate to adopt the recommendations in recognition of the seriousness of asbestos management. Council anticipates 3 interim reports will be delivered on the ongoing investigation into the presence of asbestos, with the 4th and final report bringing the results of all the investigations together. 8 Western Sydney councils signed the Western Sydney City Deal on March 4. Darren Latty of PRD Nationwide Penrith has this report.
This week the Western Sydney City Deal partnership between the Australian Government, the New South Wales Government and 8 local governments was announced on the 4th of March. So local governments involved are Blue Mountains, Camden, Campbelltown, Fairfield, Hawkesbury, Liverpool, Penrith and Wallandilly. So this is a very exciting opportunity for Western Sydney, and effectively what it means is that all 3 levels of government would be working together to provide all the services and businesses that a new industry, which is effectively going to be called an Aerotropolis, new word for me, but Aerotropolis means, think of a metropolis, which is a thriving city landscape, and Aerotropolis is the same type of environment but built around an airport. So the airport forms the nucleus of all the industry and business that would develop from it. The idea behind the Aerotropolis is to create jobs. So the government's anticipating 200,000 jobs over the next 20 years. So obviously the people working in this area will need to be able to get good transport to the area. So part of the announcement was the north-south rail line, which would link St Mary's to Badgerys Creek, and they're projecting to have that completed by 2026. All in all, the Western Sydney Airport is moving ahead in leaps and bounds. These announcements solidify all the things that we believe will have a huge impact on Western Sydney's market. So my advice is to have a good close look at those council areas we mentioned and see what opportunities might lie within.
A group of young men could face action from New South Wales National Parks after taking a live snake into a Western Sydney McDonald's. Footage of the group placing the non-venomous snake on the counter of the Penrith restaurant was posted on Facebook, prompting a backlash from responsible reptile owners. The footage was soon taken down afterwards. Hawkesbury Brewers Bilpin Cider are hoping a new venture will help boost tourism in the area. The company will run a Thirsty Third Sunday event every 3rd Sunday of the month, which will see visitors able to enjoy a picnic, complete with basket, blanket and brew, as well as apple pies, coffee and non-alcoholic Bilpin cider. Women in Western Sydney have had their achievements recognised as part of International Women's Day on March 8. Blacktown Council named Sudanese refugee Anya Yule as its 2018 Woman of the Year, while Western Sydney Minister Stuart Ayres named domestic violence victim advocate Michelle Ellery as Penrith's Local Woman of the Year. In Mulgoa, MP Tanya Davies awarded St Clair High School Principal Sally Smithard Woman of the Year for her role in seeing the school rebuilt following a fire in 2014. Fairfield is set to celebrate its diversity at the annual Living Cultures Festival on March 17. More than half the city's population is born overseas, and the multicultural festival showcases the community's diverse cultural heritage. Held in recognition of Harmony Day, the Living Cultures Festival promotes respect through performances, clothing, music and food. The free event starts with a traditional Aboriginal smoking ceremony, followed by a colourful lineup of performances at the Fairfield City Museum and Gallery. And still in Fairfield, Council has invested more than $500,000 to turn the St John's Park area into a mini sporting precinct. The park's sporting fields have had a makeover, and a 750-metre circuit path and new outdoor fitness equipment has also been installed. Fairfield Mayor Frank Carbone says the council invests about $15 million a year in maintaining and embellishing the community's open spaces. Hawkesbury firefighters have been put through their paces in a bid to gain their rescue qualifications. Station Officer James Rowland oversaw the rookies from Richmond as they completed rescue exercises earlier this month. Western Sydney Television News has gone on the road again to give you all the latest from behind the wheel. David Knoll has this report.
If there's one car that Nissan can count on for great sales, it's the Nissan X-Trail. This is the TL, top of the range diesel version. $51,000 is the price and you get a fair bit of car for your coin. A handy thing for families is the power tailgate. All you need to do is hold down the button on the key fob and away she goes. Storage in the back of an SUV can sometimes look a little bit small. Not here, because it's actually two panels that'll lift up and give you some extra space when needed. One design flaw in my opinion is the location of the bonnet strut, in that it's actually right over the top of the engine block, so if you go to grab it after you've been out for a drive, there's a good chance you might need some asbestos gloves, otherwise you'll end up with burnt fingertips. For $51,000, the Nissan X-Trail TL, as I mentioned, top of the range. Normally most people would buy an SUV and never see any dirt roads. As you can see, this one has been off-road, and for those that do like to get a little bit dirty, this is a car that you'll enjoy. Check out nissan.com.au for prices and your nearest dealership.
The restoration of Penrith's historic Thornton Hall will be celebrated with an open day on March 17. Visitors can see inside the building from 10:30 a.m. and enjoy morning tea on the veranda. The 19th century homestead has been lovingly restored, and many of those who worked on the project will be in attendance. A skateboarder has gained national attention after a daring trip down some of the Blue Mountains' steepest roads. In footage posted on social media, the Daredevils seem to speed down Victoria Pass near Mount Victoria. A second shot sees him make his way down hairpin bends near Hawkesbury Heights. The footage was removed from Facebook after it was broadcast on national television. The Seven Hills cat has been selected to represent New South Wales in a pet weight loss competition. Mr Marbles, who belongs to Rebecca McQuaid, weighs in at a hefty 14 kilograms and will be one of 4 pets representing New South Wales in Pet Barn's biggest pet loser competition. The competition puts 10 cats, dogs and their owners through a 12-week challenge, which includes a diet and exercise program to kickstart their journey towards a healthier future. And that's all for this week's bulletin. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook and subscribe to Western Sydney Television News on YouTube. I'm Christina Pollard.